I remember so vividly how I was like, okay, I'm done. Something needs to happen. This can't fucking keep going on. And so I texted my friend Martina, tomorrow, meet me at the gym. I have a big announcement. Something crazy is happening. And she had no idea what I was talking about until I said to her the words like, next year, I'm gonna do a bodybuilding show. My name is Lafontant. I've lost 153 pounds in just over a year. And this is my story.
Talk me through what normal breakfast is for you right now. In context, we're 4 days out?
Yes, so it's probably a little bit different now than it would have been for the last 5 months.
Yes.
But I am doing something called carb cycling, which I'm sure you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
For a normal day like today, I would have just 2 eggs, 250 milliliters of egg whites, and or 85 grams of chicken in my eggs.
Okay. Well, let's cook up some breakfast. We're gonna go through our diets today. He looks so strange to me right now. I'm trying to digest it. He's like transitioned in the best, most socially acceptable way possible. Last I saw him, he was 90 pounds, but I would have seen you at your peak as well at Worlds in 22.
I was about 370 pounds.
You were a unit. You were a unit.
I look like one of you guys, just not.
Yeah, I mean, like you look so much. You look so much healthier right now. We're gonna dive all into. Is it actually healthy, what he's been going through, and the whole process. But let's cook up some breakfast and let's get you fed, because more than ever, it looks like you need some food.
Absolutely.
Okay, one thing that I've gotten shit for in the past is the spray for the pan is 0 calories.
Yes.
But it's not 0 calories.
No, it's not 0 calories.
So what do you do to moisten the pan to not have the eggs stick to it?
Honestly, it's one of those things where I'll just use the spray. I feel like because I'm not at a point now where I am a professional bodybuilder, I'm not even close to 3%, 4% body fat. I think I still have that little bit of margin of play.
Yeah.
For the second show in November, for the championship show, then I'm really gonna have to start counting that stuff and I'll have to figure out some alternative. But for now, I have a little bit of play.
Okay, got you. All right, good. Reason still exists. Exactly. We haven't gone off the deep end. You must be excited, eh, dude?
It's a mix of nerves and excitement because, I mean, realistically, 4 days out, nothing I can do now, other than unfortunately getting injured or something, could really affect the outcome of the show. For the first time in my life, I feel ready.
Yeah.
Which I think, like, one of those things about being like morbidly obese and becoming so incredibly complacent is I wasn't striving for much anymore.
Yeah.
Versus now, for the first time, I feel ready to do something that I've been working towards for an entire year.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be an entire personality change, wouldn't it?
I think you have to change your entire identity.
Yeah.
To like, and I feel like this goes for any sort of fat loss, really, because if you keep hanging around with those old friends of yours that don't necessarily encourage you or to make those smarter decisions, or if you have a partner that doesn't support you in that, you're not going to get very far. Versus,
so you've changed your friend group as well.
I stopped talking to every single one of my friends from back then.
Oh wow! Okay, right. So I'm imagining your old friend group was just like the McDonald's crew, just like a bunch of units walking around. Is that true, or is it just people who weren't encouraging you to be your best?
I would say the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because I mean, most of them, they weren't big people, but it was just like nobody was really taking those big steps to improve themselves the way that I knew I needed to. Oh, that sucks.
Oh no!
It's breaking.
All right. So how many egg whites? Remind me.
250. No,
250.
No,
250. We need more eggs. We need to go to the farm. 250 milliliters.
Yes. 250 is a full cup.
A full cup?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
buddy.
So let's just do half a cup of that. I'll take 40 grams of chicken, and then that'll be that'll be right in the middle.
Sounds good. Well, I'm actually enjoying my practice of egg white separation at the moment. What meal do you find the hardest? Like during the day where you like really want to cheat? I suppose what time of day?
At first, I would say it was probably at nighttime.
Yep.
But I found like finding that balance of really scheduling the meals properly so that I would go to bed early, I would eat at the right time so that I would just sort of like stop getting hungry later. That was a big thing, but also finding like little tricks, like those 0 calorie tricks to fill up a little bit. So like, let's say sugar-free, you like Coke Zero, don't you?
Oh, that's water.
Right? See,
that is water.
That's my sugar-free Mountain Dew.
Oh, nice.
I'm an addict.
Right.
Or if you get like a full pack of lemon Jello, sugar-free, it's 20 calories for the whole pack.
Right.
Right.
then what do we do with the yolks?
That's a good question. I feel like you could probably just drink those for extra protein, right? You're an animal.
Fuck, that's gross. That's nasty. What's your protein goal? Like, what's your calorie goal? That's what people would be most interested.
So my high days, I'm eating around 22. On my medium days, I'll be around, I think, like 16, 17. And on my low days, those are rough ones, will be 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's horrible.
And like, again, I know the psychological like screw up of it, but I aim to do my leg days on my low days. Just because, again, first of all, I'll see a bigger jump on the scale the next day, which again, mentally. But I just like, I've learned to like torture, it seems.
Does it make you concerned at all on the back end?
Well, oh my God. I get that question every week, and every week I get sent into like a little panic of it. I'm like, yes, I'm obviously very scared of going back after, because we all know that, like, well, as per any like fast weight loss study, the odds of rebounding are massive.
Yeah.
But, and this is where I'm super proud of the way that I did this, is because of the social media accountability of it all.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to, because I've wanted to do YouTube since I was in high school.
Yeah.
And now that I actually have a platform, like, well, it's not a massive channel, but I have like 17,000 followers, and that's sick. But like, I feel like I almost owe it to them to keep going constantly.
I will be having protein shake, cinnamon toast crunch, boom, orange juice slurry. Have you heard about that yet?
No.
Orange juice mixed with plain Greek yogurt tastes like a creamsicle. It does. All of you who say otherwise, it tastes great.
I'm gonna take a spoonful of that just to try it.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a
little.
Just a little
And then we'll go do some cardio to burn it off.
Please. Good.
So tell me, you've lost 100 pounds before.
Yes.
When was that?
2012? Yeah, 2012.
Whoa.
I mean, I've always been a little bit bigger than everyone, but I wasn't actively, I would say, morbidly obese when I was a child. Like, not by any sense of the word. I mean, I came from a very good family, from a good socioeconomic demographic, where we had supper together every night, we had breakfast together every morning. My mom packed my lunches. I rarely ate at the cafeteria at first, until I got, when I started using food as a coping mechanism, and there was these 75-cent gigantic cookies in the cafeteria that became a daily routine, really. And from there, I feel like everything just ended up spiraling very slowly, but it spiraled. And by the time I believe I hit the end of high school, I was around the 300-pound mark.
So, why did you get to that place at all, of being so big?
That's what's strange. So my little brother's an Olympic runner.
What do you mean an Olympic runner?
He ran for the Haitian Olympic team.
Are you from Haiti?
My background is Haitian, yeah. My
wow.
dad's from Haiti, my mom's from Quebec. But like, everybody in my family is very fit.
Right.
Like, my dad runs every morning, and he also plays badminton.
Wow.
Right, like,
Okay.
I was the black sheep when it came to weight gain. I think, I mean, like, to be fair, I didn't have the greatest high school experience, where I was bullied pretty good the whole time.
Okay.
And then mixed with, like, I mean, obviously most parents don't necessarily know that you shouldn't use food as a reward or punishment system. So I think, sometimes, oh, you got a good grade, let's go to McDonald's, or you did something, and then compound all that together, and I feel like it's very easy with those very small things to eventually lead to very bad habits.
Right.
I think that for the most part, my family didn't really know how to deal with it, which fully understandable. None of them had ever experienced obesity or any sort of food addiction. And I think that, well, like, because they didn't necessarily know how to handle it properly, most of the comments just came down to figuring out ways how to make me lose weight, which generally wasn't necessarily maybe the best ways. But I do honestly believe that it did create the separation between us. Because, again, because I was almost too proud to accept the fact that I was in a downward spiral, or even little things like when I started hiding food, where at night, like very late at night, I would go and cook these big meals, and I would be incredibly quiet doing so I wouldn't wake up anybody else in the house, you know? And like looking back at that now, I feel like that is the biggest red flag anybody can ever do. When you start hiding a behavior because you're ashamed of it, that is not a good, that is the most red flag of all red flags, right?
And your high school experience, why was that so negative?
Honestly, I was just a weird kid, I'll be honest.
You're just weird.
I was a weird kid.
Right.
Eating tomatoes like apples, and you know, I was a weird kid, man.
Right.
I wanted to like be a rapper, and I had this whole like race identity crisis thing because I was half white, half black, but I was the only black kid in the school.
Yeah.
So it's just like a mix of things. You know?
Wow. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Jesus Christ. You were a rapper eating tomatoes at high school.
Yeah.
I would have bullied you.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have blamed you.
I got bullied as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think everyone did. Like, I think it's a normal part, but when it goes extreme, like, obviously that's a problem.
Yeah. Obviously, being the only ethnically different person in my school while attempting to be a rapper wasn't exactly some of the best conducive things to being very socially acceptable. So, I mean, that just led to obviously people mocking me, and you know, the bullying came from that and everything. It wasn't like the bullying on TV where you see kids getting slammed into lockers, or I mean, I didn't fit in a locker, so that wouldn't have worked. But it was a lot more verbal, of course. Kids like offering me the fat foods instead, or where I was the fat friend in all of the friend groups, you know, the butt of most jokes, if that makes sense. So it wasn't ultra aggressive like 13 Reasons Why style bullying, but it was like very little things that over time I started believing. I had a conversation in high school, and I will never forget this conversation. I was on the bus riding back. I had just gotten like harassed pretty good for being fat. And this kid on my bus said, bro, if you did steroids, you would lose, like all your fat would turn into muscle. And from that day, I knew one day that I would use. Right. Which is so crazy, because I was what, like maybe 14, 15 back then?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it was early.
Yeah.
So then after I lost all the weight and I saw that I have some muscle on me, imagine if I did. So I went to college, and obviously college wasn't exactly the best place to learn about this stuff. But again, there wasn't really any real information back then other than the bodybuilding.com forums, right? Of information. So I didn't even know, but I was taking Olympia-sized cycles. I took some incredibly large doses of performance-enhancing drugs that led to me going completely hypogonadal. And for lack of better words, my balls stopped working completely. So I stopped producing testosterone, my sperm count is non-existent. And obviously from being low testosterone for so long, your motivation goes away, your will to do anything, your energy levels, everything goes down. So all those habits that I had built now in terms of going to the gym, and none of that seemed as important anymore. And I was slowly reverting back into that old life. And I think, and that lasted a whole 8 years where I was like, again, just existing again. I wasn't really living. I was addicted to video games. I went back into eating fast foods. I was spending thousands of dollars on Uber Eats monthly. And I found myself exactly where I started. So I got my levels tested, and that's when I saw that my total testosterone levels were in the 70s.
Whew.
Yeah.
Just give a reference range for people who have no idea.
So the normal reference range for total testosterone is between 250 to, I guess depending on Canada or the States, but it can be like in the mid 800s. That's where your normal healthy numbers would be. And I was in the 70s, which is, to give you a good example, a healthy natural woman, her natural levels can be up to 70.
Okay, try a bit of that.
Yes.
It is...
Somebody give me a spoon.
A spoon? You can just take a sip if you want.
A little sip.
It's only Hep B.
It's a little bit sour for a creamsicle.
It's nice.
But the aftertaste is very creamsicle-like.
It's nice. I'm the expert in food. You're the expert in not eating food.
Exactly.
Right now.
So you know what? You win.
Try it. I get tagged in this every single day by people in support. I feel like this is as divisive as Trump Kamala at the moment. See what side you're on. I'll let you decide what side you think this is.
Oh man.
Cannonball!
I lost a bunch of weight the first time, but now that I know.
How you feel about how you look shirtless now, say beach, public pool, something like that, compared to before? Would you say it's, well, first of all, before, would you do it at all?
I was the kid who wore a shirt in the pool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and honestly, I kept doing that until like just recently.
Right, okay.
Yeah, like last year I was still doing that. Like,
yeah.
The year at Worlds, I swam with you guys in the pool was like one of my first times ever taking off my shirt.
Oh, really?
Because it was like everybody there is like, obviously the strongman crew is an incredibly nice group of people.
Yeah, and fat.
And everybody's big. So I was just fit in.
No, but when you do it now, if you were to go to a beach now, would there still be second thoughts?
I think there will always be second thoughts. But I told myself that I would do this, and I actually did it just like 2 weeks ago, which was I went for a walk in downtown Calgary without a shirt.
Okay.
And it was so weird, like seeing people stare at me.
Yeah.
But like some part of me was thinking, I don't think they're staring at me because I'm shirtless, but it's because I have like big shoulders and massive legs.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's the changes that have happened were so drastic and so fast. I don't think I've actually dealt with any of it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I have a lot of healing to do. I have a lot of like self-actualization to figure out and like figure out who I am still.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going in the right direction right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, who are you other than the weight loss journey?
Exactly.
Because you're not the fat guy anymore.
No.
You're not the inactive
Right.
guy anymore.
And that was my identity for so long.
And now your identity is the transformation guy.
Yeah.
You can only transform once.
Exactly.
Wow. You should have.
Hopefully you only want to, yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes people who are overweight think like their body's not good for anything, but the fact is you're stronger than the average person by a huge amount.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all relative, of course, but that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I want to show you that regardless of where you're at, whether you need to eat a lot of food, a little bit of food, you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, there are lots of options out there, and they're not that hard to find if you just put a little bit of thought towards it. So we'll brainstorm. I'm going to hit this one full court shot for you, and then we're going to go catch you in a minute. Watch this. Catch you on the flippity flip. Oh. Catch you on the flippity flip. Catch you on the flippity flip. Oh, I slipped. That one didn't count. Catch you on the flippity flip.
Yeah!
We talked about where we wanted to go, and we figured the best thing to do is to go to a normal chain restaurant that you guys can go to as well and see what the tricks are this close to competition, but just generally if you're trying to eat healthier, we've decided on a pretty standard option. Let's get some food. So we're staying on diet 100%, and what does that mean for you for this meal?
So that means that I get to have 120 grams of rice and then 170 grams of chicken.
Okay.
And pretty much no added other calories. So on the menu here, what I saw is that there's the balsamic chicken, which if you look at these calories here, it's 810 to 1300, which is obviously almost as much as I'm having all day.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out some of the items that I know add extra calories, like any sort of creamy sauce is usually very high in calorie. I'm also going to ask them to do no oil if possible on both the meat and in the rice. And I feel like for this one, this would be the main, but you could probably apply this to most other items on menus.
Yeah, some simple changes. Now I'm going a different route. Funny, we both compete in 4 days' time. I'm going to be as strong as possible, you're going to be as lean as possible. So we're on different ends of the spectrum. So I'm gonna do bacon wrapped sirloin steak. And my side with that, I think I'm gonna go with mashed potatoes. That's all that really excites me. For me, even on like bulk of bulk, fried food just really has no place in a reasonable diet. So that's gonna be my lunch for today. Simon's brought the food scale. I'm gonna challenge him to, he said he could measure 120 grams of rice perfectly. I don't measure my food ever. We're gonna go head to head. We got rice, we got the scale. Let's see, 120. That's my guess.
That is too little.
That's my guess.
I know.
Give a fuck what you say.
And it's
That's
a bad guess, is what I'm saying.
What do you think it is, Simon?
If I had to guess that, that'd be closer to probably almost like 65, 70, if I had to guess.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
My bad.
So. Pretty close to there, if I had to guess. Where,
102.
102. Oh, wow. So that would have been about an extra this?
That's 125.
Yeah, closer.
What does one grain of rice weigh? Is it measurable?
I don't think so, no.
No. How many grains of rice? Oh, there we go. I pulled 2 grains of rice, and that's 1 gram. Lunch done. Pre-fuel for a little bit of a training session. We can do a bit of bodybuilding style. He's got his show, so we're a little bit of just pump it up, get it a bit juicy, and see how we go. Enjoy the montage. What have been your sort of core principles to stick by through all your training?
When I first started, it was honestly just get through them. Just make sure you get through your workouts. Make sure obviously that you do them well. If I'm not hitting failure, put the weight up. But at the same time, don't ego lift. Oh my God, yes.
I think we all know what it feels like right now.
How do I maximize every single rep? Okay, and then I kind of switched over from, I have a year to get it done to, I have 1 year, how much can I get done?
Yeah. Good reps, yeah, finish them up, come on. Good reps. One more. All right, workout done. Great work. Let's go take the kid off.
We're gonna do some
A little pose
posing.
down. Let's do it. You've heard the story. Now it's time to see the package. Let's see Simon's posing routine. If nothing else, Simon is showing us how much you can change yourself in just a year's time with the right commitment, diet, training, and really just sticking to being good enough every day. You can go from where he was to where he is now. You can do something similar. There's nothing special about Simon other than he decided that he was going to do it. Whether you want to get stronger, fitter, bigger, faster, leaner, whatever it is, use this as a case study that it's just a mindset and you can do it too. Simon, you're gonna fucking smash this show. Have a blast. The hard work is done. You should be proud of what you've done already, regardless of how the competition goes. Own the stage. You never know how many more times you'll be up there. When I did it, I came 11th out of 12, and it still might be the most proud thing that I've ever done because the commitment it requires just to get this stage is absolutely insane. So get out there, smash it, have fun.
Thank you, man.
All right, bro.